This video is sponsored by Sublime Web Hosting. For more information about their limited time offers and how you can get 90% off your first month, stick around to the end of the video. Hey guys, my name is Ethan, this is Carberra. Welcome to the series where I teach you how to build a Discord.pub server. Today we were talking about a effective whitelist and blacklist system. So this has been requested quite a few times, and what we're going to do specifically for ours is we're just going to set a blacklist specifically, because the whitelist is basically the same, but you just change the actual if statement. I'll explain that later. That will prevent any users on it from using any commands of the bot. Now I do want to talk about one thing in particular. Obviously the names whitelist and blacklist have come under a lot of fire recently, and I'm using them as the title of this video currently because they are still the standard. However, if that standard does change, then I will change the title, and I will refer to them to the rest of this video as a ban list and an allowed list. So I just want to keep the peace. If they ever become a standard, then the video will move to the times, but yeah, just wanted to make that clear. So the first thing we're going to do is we are actually going to create a new file. So you see this profanity.txt here. We are going to be using the same sort of system to develop our ban list. So I'm going to right click here, do new file, and we're going to save this as a banlist.txt. We're just going to use txt. You can, I guess, use a DB for this, but it's not really recommended. You could also use a JSON, but what we're essentially going to do is we're just going to have this as static storage. We're just going to load it into memory when the bot launches, and then just dump it back out again when the bot is shut down. However, the file will remain because obviously in case the bot crashes, the list needs to persist. It'll lose a bit of data, but it's okay. Or you can set it up to save on a timer, but I'll leave that down to you. If you watch episode 8, which I'll have a card in the corner, remember me. If I haven't remembered, shout at me in the comments. That'll teach you how to do scheduled tasks, and you can use that to do it. But anyway, we're going to leave that blank, and we're going to come into our init.py, and we're just going to load this pretty much directly into the bot. So we're going to do, I guess, below the scheduler. No, we're going to put that here, and we're going to do self.banlist equals, and then we're just going to have an empty list. So what this is going to be is it's going to be a list of user IDs. Well, actually, we can read from the file. Actually, we could straight read from the file in the init. Here was me thinking we had to do it in the already. No, we could just do it now. So we're going to do with open, and it would be, let me check the file because it would be from launcher. It would be data, like / syntax, data / ban list, and it is a /. I've had a few people do dot and then the directory, and a few people do / and directory. You need both. That's very important. .txt, and we're going to open it in read mode, and we're going to set the encoding to UTF-8. Not really necessary, but it's good. If you're on Linux, you don't actually need this. It sets the encoding automatically, which is interesting. We're going to set that as F. And we're going to set self.banlist. Oh, that's not exactly what I expected to happen. To be, let's see, f.read dot split new line. Actually, no, never mind. It's going to be, there's actually a better way of doing it. So do int item, I guess, no, int line for line in f.readlines. There we go. Well, int line dot strip, actually. Gonna need that probably. There we go. So this will convert it into numbers, into a number format which we need, and this will just kind of read every line and read lines, because we're gonna be storing it much like the profanity. Let's hope I didn't put actually any actual swear words in this. I didn't, so it's stored here, but of course when we get the ID, it will still have the new line character at the end, so the dot strip serves to just remove that so it can actually be converted into a number. And that is our ban. If this doesn't exist, it'll error. If you want to count for that, we could do a try, and then accept file not found error, in which case you could just set self.banlist equals an empty list, and then when we shut the bot down, it will then create the file. We're not going to bother doing that. Well, it will do it automatically, but that is just how you do it if you didn't want to create the file outright. So now we're going to go into our shutdown, whatever that was, and we're going to talk about Was it in meta? Where was the shutdown? I actually don't remember. Oh, it was here. Okay. So we're gonna with not with commit. I've just read the db to commit. With open ./data /ban list.txt. Whoops. And then in write mode. So opening file in write mode will truncate it, which basically means it will just delete it. I don't really know why to say truncate, but it just deletes the contents of the entire file ready to be rewritten. If you want to add something to the end of a file, you can open it in append mode, but opening the file every single time probably isn't best practice. So we're just going to do it as we shut down. Well, I mean, you can... I guess I'll show you how to do that in the command, but we'll just do it like this as well. So you can decide which way you want to do it. And then we are going to do f.writeLines, and then it should be just self.ban list. And that should work. We shouldn't have to convert it to a string. I don't think. It'll also be self.bot.ban list. I don't think we'll have to convert every element to a string. We may. But I guess we'll see. So now that we have this, we need an actual way to add people to our ban list. And we will get into the actual functionality of ban list in a bit. We need to come into our MISC. I mean, I'm just going to put it in MISC. You can argue it needs to go in mod, but mod is getting very long. So I just kind of want to put it in MISC because that mod file kind of scares me now. So we're just going to do command name equals add ban, I suppose. And we'll have a remove one as well. Has permissions, manage guild equals true, I guess. Async def add ban command, self ctx, and then target, which is a member, which we need to import. So from Discord import member, guild member. There we go. I guess you could do like a greedy members to add multiple people. Screw it. We'll make our command a bit fancy, innit? That was an awful impression. That wasn't even an impression, but it was an awful accent. I do apologise. So I guess we could do... you also need to be targets in that case. So if len... Oh, actually, if... We don't even need len. If targets... Or if not targets... I think I've done len in the past. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a different version. You can do if len of targets equals 0, or you can do if not targets. This is something I learned quite recently, so it's probably different for the rest of the series. This is the more Pepe way of doing it, so it's the way I do it now, and it's a little bit cleaner. I think it's a little bit quicker as well, but I'm not so sure about that. So if not targets, then we need to simply send .send no targets specified, and then else, if there are targets, we need to do for target in targets. Actually, we don't even need to do that. We can do self.bot.banlist.extend, and we pass it a list. It would be list comprehension, so it would be t.id for t in targets. So the extend is very much like the append, but it just whereas append adds one element to the end of a list, extend takes a list and adds all the elements in that list to the original list. So this will extend the list by however many targets there are. So it could be 500 targets if you have a particularly large number of people you want to blacklist for whatever reason, and then we can just do done or something. I don't know. So that is a very simple add ban, and we can do a del ban, I guess. You could do like a aliases remove ban or something, or you can make it a little more explicit and do delete ban, but I'm not going to do that. Has permissions, manage guild equals true again. Whoopsie daisies. Async def remove ban, or it's del ban in it. Del ban Come on, every time I say Del Ban, I just think of Del Boy, and it's kind of getting annoying. But we're fine. We'll live past it. We'll live past it. So same thing again, if not targets. Then just send that message. Else, and then we do actually need a for loop for this one. For target in targets. Self.bot.banlist.remove target.id. I don't think there's a multi-remove for lists. I could be wrong about that, but I think it's just iterating through a for loop. And then once we're done, we simply say ctx.send done. And voila, we have our elements. This doesn't update the file. It simply just updates it when you shut the bot down. If you do want to update the file, then you will need a for loop, I think. We could do something like, I'll just give you a little brief overview of it. So /data slash what did I call it? Banlist, I think it was, yeah. Banlist.txt. You do append. I think you generally do append plus. I don't think you ever really do append. I'm not sure though. I haven't used append in a while, but it's either append or append plus. I think they both do roughly the same thing. And then the encoding equals UTF-8 again. And then I think you just do the right lines and it works. We can do like t.id for t in target. So you could probably do that. Though then you are going through a list twice, but it would be something like that. We're not going to do it like that, but it would be something like that if you want to do that. So now we actually have the system to add people to the ban list, and we have the system to save it, and we will actually run that just to make sure. We'll take things one step at a time, and we'll handle the errors for this bit before we actually go about banning members from being able to use commands. So again, we're using the music series bot because it's easy on the permissions. I'll just scale that a bit. So if you do add ban, I'm going to have to get my test account back in this server. Give me 1 second. If there's one thing that you can rely on me doing in this series, it's not remembering to invite my test account. So what we can do, if I move this a little bit more central, is we could do add ban XO for app, and it should, okay, done. And now if we shut the bot down, we get a massive error. Oh, it does have to be string. God damn it. Oh, I kind of hoped I can get away with that. Oh, where is it's in the meta, innit? Okay, fine. This is just gonna have to suck. So you can do string item, I don't know, for item in. I guess if you wanted to be a mega efficient, you could do you can use format strings, because format strings are actually faster than the string method, believe it or not. So we're gonna leave that in there. And we could make this a generator too, I guess, but I can't be asked. If you want to make it a generator, go for it, but I don't want to overcomplicate things. For people who don't know what generators are, which there's probably a few people out there who don't know what generators are. Again, my Python basic series will cover generators most probably. So we add the ban, and then we shut the bot down. We get another error. Oh, that's just a Discord error because it's running version 1.4.1. And we go into and there we go. There is our ID. So as you can see, it's been added, we've shut the bot down, and it's been saved. So I'm going to add one of the bots as well, just to kind of... well, actually, I can show off the remove, can't I? So if we add Carberra, then done. As you can see, it's not part of the list yet. If we actually spell it right. Oh my goodness, if we shut the bot down, then we end up shutting the music series down. And if we refresh this, no, not run it. Oh, it sticks it on the end. That's not good. I suppose, did we have this issue with the, I think we probably did. I think we had this issue with the other thing, so I guess we just got to add that. And if I just get rid of this. Oh, can I not? No, I don't want to save it. Can I not delete from here? Oh, I guess I can't use the key. I can delete a file, and I can show you what happens when we because it will just load the file up. At this point, there was a bit of a problem because the plus prefix we've been using for the whole series is also the same prefix that Carberra has been using, and stuff started conflicting. So I've just cut all that out. But yeah, we're using the minus prefix now, so just remember that. So if I do add a ban and then Carberra, we should get the 2. If we do a shutdown now, we'll get a Discord error. We don't need to worry about that. There's the ban list and there's our IDs. So as you can see, it works fine. I'm not sure what's going to happen around this one. I guess we'll find out because we do need to run it again because we need to run the remove ban to show you that that works. Are we going to get any errors? Apparently not. So apparently that's just okay. Doesn't recognize that as a final line. So if we do a del ban of Carberra and then do the shutdown again, then we have a list and it's just the test account. So now we're going to, or now I'm going to show you how to actually implement this system into a way that prevents people from using the bot's commands and stuff. So we have this self.ban list, so we don't have to load the file every time. We only load it when the bot launches up. So we don't need to load the file every time. We don't have a huge overhead, yet we can still check it for every single command. So we need to come into our process commands, wherever that is. Here it is. So I did say that we were only going to block all commands. You can do it for individual commands, but you could just apply this knowledge to other things. Like the rest of the process is saying this is the part where it will diverge for some people, most likely. So we're going to have if self.ready. Well, I suppose for the sake of showing you how it works, we'll have a separate if statement here. So if message.author.id in self.banlist await ctx.send. This is such an awkward way of doing this command now, but just kind of in the middle. I might sort that around. You are ban listed. Oh no, you're banned from using commands. And then I'll quickly swap this around just so it makes a little more logical sense. Whoopsie daisy. Like so. So now you have all the error checks that happen first, and then you have, if everything else is fine, it then invokes the command. So this is literally it. Once you have the ban list, all you need to do is a check like this. If you have an allowed list or a whitelist, then you can do not, and that's it. And then say you are not allowed or something. You're not allowed to use commands. So it's literally it's all the same logic for creating ban lists and allowed lists. The only difference is that you would do a not here if it was an allowed list. But I don't particularly see the use in allowed lists. Like a ban list is far more effective. So if you run this, then if I go to my test account and I go here, scroll down. Oh my goodness, huge. Hello. And I try to do like plus help, for example. Minus help, for example. There we go, you're banned from using commands. But I can do it. I don't know why I just typed that in again. I needed to be on this one. I can do it. As you can see, the help command is back up. So if we then add, well, I can probably add myself actually. Oh, that's probably a bad idea. Once I add myself, I won't be able to remove myself. That's the only problem with that methodology. I can't really show. I guess I could do a del ban on. There you go. This will show you live updates. Done, and then once you've done this, you can do help, and suddenly our test account is able to use these commands again. So as you can see, this is just a really simple way of doing it. Again, I probably wouldn't recommend doing this as a database because ban lists and allowed lists are slightly more static. They're not quite as static as profanity words, but you're not going to be changing them every 5 seconds. It's not something that is going to constantly need to reload the file to get. It's not particularly dynamic data. So that's probably why you don't want to use it in that. But just doing it in a TXT is fine, or you can do it in a JSON if you prefer JSON. Just make sure you don't load the file every single time, because that creates a massive overhead. But yeah, as always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or you can join Discord server using the link in the description. While you're down there, I'd recommend that you check out all my social links as well. So I have my Twitter, Facebook, library, and all that stuff down there if you wanted to follow me on any of those. But yeah, that brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, say hi down below. If you really liked it, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. And if you really, really liked it, then consider supporting my Patreon. Of course, you don't have to. And I will see you next time, where it will probably be the SQL video next. I just wanted to get this one out first just to time you over, but the SQL video is now finally in planning, so I'll see you for that. But before I go, I would like to finish a word from our sponsor. If you're looking to bring a project to life or start a new business venture, Sublime is a great way to kick things off. Whether you're looking for a free solution to get yourself up and running, or a powerful plan that sets the sky's the limit, they've got your back. With a plethora of features at your disposal, Sublime will never leave you asking for more. Don't be afraid to ask for help though, as their 24/7 support line means the answers you need are just a few clicks away. If you're quick on a draw, you'll be able to get their paid plans for up to 65% off. However, if you're a little late to the party, don't worry, as you can still use the code CARB90 to get 90% off your first month's hosting. To sign up for Subrancy's fast, affordable and reliable web hosting today, head over to subrancy.carberra.xyz. See you in the next video.